And for the past year, the 5-on-Your Side investigators have been uncovering fraudsters stealing pandemic unemployment assistance. And tonight, we learned of a new twist, draining those vital funds.
Chief Investigator Ron Regan uncovered how honest Ohioans might have to pay back some of that money.
We're finding some PUA payouts, incredibly, were calculated wrong through no fault of those who applied. But one honest Ohioan who just wants to pay it back can't find anyone to take her money.
The government announced the PUA assistance program.
So Colleen applied, but after 3 months, she contacted Ohio's Department of Jobs and Family Services, trying to stop payments she no longer needed. Here's what happened.
The woman that I spoke to told me that if I did not file a claim every week, that eventually over the next 2 to 3 weeks, that my account would just automatically switch to inactive.
Instead, it stayed active. Then she received this letter describing more than $3,000 in overpayments. So she called again.
The woman was kind of befuddled, like, "You're trying to pay us back?" And I said, "Yes."
But she got nowhere.
And you are trying to give back that money
Yes.
because it's the honest thing to do
Yes.
and because other people may need it.
Absolutely.
And our investigation found others had no idea their PUA benefits were miscalculated. How much? The Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services reports more than $400 million in PUA overpayments, unrelated to fraud, last year. Meanwhile, workers who didn't do anything wrong and aren't able to repay overpayments they believed were legitimate may be on the hook. Andrew Stetner is a policy analyst with the Century Foundation that's following PUA funding.
You don't want people to have to pay back money that is going to put them out of their house or have them living out of their car.
PUA's loose oversight is partly to blame. The Buckeye Institute tracks government spending.
So this goes to the proverbial, drop money from the helicopters, shovel the money out the door, and has a consequence. Making sure the money was going to the proper people really wasn't a big concern for the government.
Congress recently passed new legislation that would allow states to waive those overpayments. But so far, Ohio has not come up with a plan. We took complaints to Senator Sherrod Brown, who's urging the state to stop going after workers unfairly.
But you don't want people where the government made the mistake because of lack of technology or bad leadership, that people all of a sudden now have to pay for state government's mistakes. That just isn't fair.
Meanwhile, the PUA program is being drained of cash unemployed workers badly need. Meanwhile, the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services declined an interview, but says it is working on a plan that may include waiving overpayments due to mistakes. I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.